Hey guys, Jed Johnson here from Diesel Crew. Hope you're having a good training week and setting lots of new PRs. One thing I wanted to talk to you about, it's something that I see that comes up quite a bit. Not necessarily a question that I get, but it's kind of an error in the way that people train. And what this is about is support grip training. So support grip is one of the most basic and fundamental types of grip strength. Support grip is where you have a static grip around something, and your fingers are wrapped around it. And this is a type of finger strength. Okay? Support grip is really almost 100% finger strength. So what this amounts to, think of the deadlift on a normal powerlifting bar. That requires support grip. So your fingers and hands have to be strong enough in order to break the bar off the ground, and then they have to have the endurance in order to maintain a grip on the bar as you pull the lockout. Another good example that we've all used for support grip is doing pull-ups or chin-ups. So you're wrapping your hands and fingers around the bar and maintaining a grip while you do your set of pull-ups. Now, if your fingers are not strong enough, then you won't be able to pull the deadlift off the floor. If they don't have good enough endurance, then you won't be able to pull that max pull from the floor all the way to lockout. If your fingers are weak, then you're going to burn out very quickly on your pull-ups. Your back may in fact be strong enough to do more pull-ups, but your hands are weak. Okay? So these two issues are why people use straps in their training. It's because it takes the limiting factor of the finger strength out of the equation. Okay? So there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of use as a band-aid for your lack of support strength. Wraps, like we just talked about, you can cock your wrist in order to change the emphasis from the fingers to more wrist strength. You can increase your thumb strength and wrap the thumbs over the fingers in order to better seal them that way. But the fact remains, you have to strengthen your fingers, because true support grip is a test of finger strength. Okay? So here's the thing that is the error in training for support grip. A lot of people think that in order to strengthen support grip, they have to go to a thicker implement. So what they often end up doing is getting something like a Rolling Thunder from Iron Mind, and they train their hands that way. Well, a lot of them also come back to find that they've gained very, very little on their deadlift or their ability to perform rows, pull-ups, or any kind of pulling movement, because it's not specific enough. So yeah, your hands are going to get stronger, your fingers are going to get stronger if you use the Rolling Thunder, but it's not going to be specific to the joint angles and the positions of your hands. So this is what I suggest, and this is what I've found to be a much better way to train the fingers. Okay? Try gradually increasing the size of the implement. So in other words, if you're normally pulling on a bar that is an Olympic bar, a lot of times the Olympic bars are a little bit smaller. So if that's what you have to work out with, what I suggest is trying a slightly thicker bar. So I have several bars in my gym. I have an Olympic bar. It was designed in order to be used for the Olympic lifts. And I also have a very cheapo bar that, quite frankly, it doesn't have the strength rating that other bars have. So in order to accommodate for that, the bar is thicker. So if you have a situation like that yourself, you could use that thicker bar, and it's automatically going to stress your fingers out, and it's going to be specific enough so that it helps your support grip. Because instead of going from like a bar that's an inch thick, you're using a bar that's 1.25 inches thick or 1.5 inches thick. Going to an axle, which is generally about 2 inches thick, or a thick pipe that's 2 inches thick, it's going to make your hands stronger, but it's not going to be as specific. So you may in fact get stronger hands, but you may not increase your performance as well on a deadlift. If you go super thick, like a 3-inch bar, yeah, your hands are going to get thick, but when you do that, you actually end up changing the emphasis more to your wrist. So again, you're not getting the same bang for your buck as you would for just slightly increasing the diameter. Now, if you don't have other options to use for your bar, maybe you only have one bar in your collection, no problem. This is what you do. Slightly increase the size of the bar by either wearing gloves, maybe work gloves, maybe baseball batting gloves, golfing gloves. Wear those while you do your pulls. And what this will do, it actually doesn't increase the size of your bar, but it increases the perceived size of the bar. So what happens is, because you're wearing the gloves, that material is sitting between your fingers and the bar. So it feels like the bar is larger, even though the bar is not. The reason it feels like the bar is larger is because your hand's actually in a slightly more open position. Okay? So that is a much more specific training stimulus to increase your support grip. And when you use gloves like that, it also makes the grip on your bar a bit more dynamic, meaning the gloves do have a little bit of a slip and slide trait to them. So you're going to have to squeeze just a little bit harder and put a little bit more effort in, while still training that bar size that is specific to your pull. So this is actually a very good technique to use, especially, if you're not a grip competitor, but you just want to strengthen your grip for a specific function, such as, your general physical preparedness in your hands for deadlifts, for pull-ups, rows. If you have to cut your sets short, at 4 to 5 reps, but you're shooting for 8 reps or something like that, then the chances are it's your fingers. It's your finger strength. Maybe it's from an overdependence on wraps in the past. Maybe you've used hooks or versa grips in the past. And this is actually something that I did when I first started training, is I was over-dependent on those gripping aids. And it did affect me at the beginning. Not too awful long like it does some people, but it did have an effect, and I had to work through that. So I hope this has been helpful. This is something a lot of people don't talk about, and in a lot of cases when you see articles on the internet, the information isn't as useful as it could be, because they tell you to go use a really thick bar or a Rolling Thunder. In fact, in the past, I've told people to do that, and while it is a good way to strengthen your hands, it just doesn't do anything for that specific need that you have for your pulling movements. So it's just something that I've learned along the way. If you need more information on increasing your grip strength, I've got tons of articles at dieselcrew.com. I've got a free 8 weeks of workouts program that you can sign up for, totally free. All you need to do is give me your email address. I'll send it right to you, and then I'll continue to send you more articles as I develop them along the way. And then also, if you're looking for more detailed instruction, I can be your grip coach. Sign up for thegripauthority.com, and it's very affordable, and if you don't like it, you can always cancel. Okay? So check them out. All the links that I'm talking about are down below. Check them out today. All the best in your training. See ya.